Welcome back to another episode of the South by East podcast, where we discuss the scriptures, the culture, and everything in between. Brail, what we got today?
Man, hey, you put me on to Reed Choi, this comedian. I hadn't heard of him, and you put me onto this video that had me cracking up. You know, the Bible says to pray without ceasing.
Yeah.
But some of us need to send some cease and desist to
Yes,
some people that we
yes,
know.
yes.
And he breaks that down. So we're gonna check out this clip, and then we'll react to this right here.
Purify us, O God. We want you to try us by fire. No, the hell we don't. This man, I don't know this man, and he doesn't speak for me. He doesn't speak for any of us. If he wants a trial by fire, give it to him. But me, I don't want any trials, Lord. I don't want any turbulation on this flight. Give us wisdom, Lord, and your strength. Shut the I rebuke what he just said in your name. Bro, what are you doing? I'm trying to help us get closer to the Father. You're new to this, aren't you? Yeah, I just got saved. What does that have to do with anything? Okay, I'm about to save you 5 years of trials and tribulations, all right? You just asked him for strength, right? I need you to think. When do you need to be strong? Is it when your life is easy and comfortable, when you're rich, or when you're poor and you're struggling? Do you really need the strength and help to move on? Oh, okay, that makes sense, but I want God to use me. What if that's his will? Okay. You're one of those. Okay, you'll learn.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. He said, you'll learn. You'll learn. So I laughed, man, when I saw that because, you know, there's that Maverick City song that we used to do here at the church. And somebody actually said that to me. I want to be tried by fire, purified. And like somebody actually sent me a message one time, and they were like, hey, fam, should we be singing this? I don't know that I want to be tried by fire. And I was like, that is fair.
What about the hymn song?
Which one? Yeah. Was it Oceans?
Yeah.
That everybody references. It's like, hey, fam. I have seen some things in my life where I'm like, you know what? I think God has enough tribulation to shape my character already in the plan. I don't need any addendums. I don't need him to add any more trials into the plan. Lord, I want your best for me. That is it.
No.
Just the best.
Whoa.
Just the best.
Whoa. I'm going to stop you on that one, too. Because that could have some connotation, too.
Oh, man, we can't pray for nothing. Can't pray for nothing.
Look,
we got to come up with a safe prayer. We got to come up with a safe biblical prayer.
And you always know when somebody pray one of those prayers and everybody kind of, like, their eye kind of open while their head's still down, like, did they just say that? I don't know if all of us agreed to that before we closed our eyes.
But hold up. So that means I can't really pray for growth because that's going to come with trials.
Because, like, Father, I want your best for me. What if his best was like, you know what? I really need to refine your character. And the way I'm going to do that is by sending you through cancer.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What about, all right, safety? Safety. I pray for safety for me and my family.
How do you know you're safe, though?
You got to experience some
danger.
You got to experience some danger
to know that
so
you're
that
still
you know
safe and make it through the danger.
that he kept you. Danger seen and unseen. Yeah, you got to see some of them to know that you're safe. Okay, how about what if I pray for wealth? What about wealth?
How do you really start to appreciate the wealth? Have you ever seen the Eddie Murphy movie? What was that? Trading Places back in the day.
I know that I don't know if I watched it.
Yeah. I'm thankful, God, for whatever you did yesterday.
Okay. Listen, what we need to do is we need to get into ChatGPT and just go, ChatGPT, I need a prayer that will not get me hit with that's like the genie trick. That's the genie. That's the, hey, I want you to make me rich. Like, yes, I'm gonna send you through all sorts. That's the genie where you pray for something. And it's the evil genie. Where they don't really give you what you want. I feel like we hitting that territory. We hit that. God is good. Now listen, I don't want y'all to think I'm saying something I'm not saying. God is so good. His plans are always perfect, and they always work out. I also am a human being, and I prefer comfort to discomfort. So when I am in discomfort and trials, God, I do want you to give me the strength to endure through those trials to make it back to comfort. But I am not asking for the tribulation. I think God can come up with those on his own.
Look,
so that's it.
These are all jokes.
Yes.
And it's good to be able to laugh.
Yeah.
But what's the craziest prayer that you've ever prayed? And tell us the story in the comments. The craziest prayer you've ever prayed that has led you. I'm gonna tell you one. Man, I remember praying a couple of prayers. One, my college small group leader got all of us to pray for God to give us a heart for the lost. And I'm gonna tell you, every day I want to fight him. Every day I want to fight him. Then I prayed. Well, I was in seminary. I said, God, send me somewhere no one else wants to go, to love on people no one else wants to love on. And that has shaped more of my adult life and decisions I've made than I can count, man.
Yeah.
And
I think the hard piece, so I was talking with my wife, I think today when we were leaving the gym, and I was reading Isaiah 30 today. And we were just looking at some things happening politically in different spaces. And I was like, man, wanting God's heart is pretty much not wanting your own heart as a human being. And so it's like, if you look at how God dealt with Israel, I was like, which part of the reckoning and justice will you actually be validated in? Like, if God reckons your country, your community, by bringing punishment on people for all the evil you've done, that's gonna suck. Even if you're the one doing the right thing, that's gonna suck for you. If God says, you know what, I'm gonna bring you back to me by blessing you despite your sin, that's gonna suck, because then all the dumb people are gonna keep doing the dumb stuff. And so, like, there is no point in God's heart where your pride is validated. And it's like, so like wanting God's heart is laying down your own pride. And that's a part of even some of these prayers too, is just like, man, wanting God's heart rarely will lead me to a comfortable life.
But so here's the thing that's crazy about that, Brail. One, we always define repentance as siding with God against yourself. And two, people love Jeremiah 29:11. Jeremiah 29:11 is all about what you just said. Yep. Also, people love Philippians 3:14. Not understanding that Philippians 3:14 is all about what you just said. And I mean, a lot of times we're praying these prayers or saying these things not realizing like the full context of what we're praying and asking for. And
it won't give us what our fleshly hearts want.
And it's like, you know what? Like, we want those things, but we don't realize the route.
Yeah.
That's the deal. I saw this study here recently that said, like, they did this whole study that your success most often comes through not Herculean burst of energy, but consistent commitment and dedication to some discipline.
No.
And it was just like one of those deals, like, most of us as kids had dreams of something. Man, my kids, I laugh because there's not anything they see on TV that they don't think, oh, that person is all right. They'll see Messi play soccer or Ronaldo, they'll be like, they're all right, but I could beat them. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay. They see musicians and they just think, like, I'm serious. We bought them instruments, and The first day we got them instruments, they went into a room. They were like, "We're about to go write a song. We'll be right back." And,
We'll be right back.
and I'm like,
Okay.
in their mind, like my daughter, like we went to see a Broadway musical, and I was like, and she has interest in dance. I was like, "What'd you think?" She's like, "They all right. I could do better than
if it was me.
I could do better than them." And I was just like, part of me as a parent is like, I don't know whether to feel good about this or not. Like, I want my kids to have healthy confidence. I want them to believe they can do things, but these little jokers ain't practiced a day in their life and think
Right.
they can just go out here and
No.
and they don't realize the route. And I'm like, baby, you can get at some of these things, you can get good, and some of these things, like, your DNA is just not DNAing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be as tall as Luca.
Right. It's just
Okay.
I always tell people, I'm like, man, you can do whatever you want to do to an adequate level. And it's just there's a difference. Like, you're gonna have to run through this equation of time, talent, and resources. Now, if you have more resources and more time, you don't need quite as much talent. That don't mean you're gonna reach the top, but you may be able to learn how to do the thing at an adequate level.
There's two men that I know that could play all 5 positions in the NBA history. One by the name of Irvin Magic Johnson, and one by the name of LeBron James. Their body makeup made it to where they can do that.
Right.
You can practice all you want, Brail.
I know.
You're not gonna be able to play center in the NBA.
No, I won't.
I'm just saying, like, there's just some.
And that's why I said adequate. The NBA is the top level of the world. That's not adequate.
Well,
and I think some people.
What's an adequate player in the NBA? You gotta still in the NBA. They're still adequate and inadequate.
Yes, but it's still at the top level. But there's also, I was looking at this post. There's an artist named Nick D. I'm in this music accelerator class right now. So part of my homework was I had to look up artists that I wanted to, where I wanted to study their business plans and leverage different things that they're doing for my own business. And Nick D was one of those I pulled up, and he had this post where he's talking about, he's like, man, he's like, there's a lot of people that are incredibly talented, but they won't find success in this business because they're not willing to fail. He's like, man, sometimes you got to make a post to nobody. You got to post your song to nobody for 2-3 years. You're not willing to fail 1 time, 10 times, to look stupid 100 times, to look stupid 200 times. He's like, but sometimes that is what it actually takes to break through. And the people that you see break through, you only ever see the tip of the iceberg. And underneath that iceberg of success is a mountainous wall of failures.
Let me tell you something. So I have a preaching style. There was a way I came about discovering my preaching style. So I was young in ministry. I started out at a traditionally black church, and if you know anything about most traditional black churches, man, you just have some extremely talented speakers.
Yeah.
So there's guys like E.K. Bailey and Dr. Tony Evans and Frank Ray. And some of those guys, and I remember going to a preaching conference early on in ministry, man, and they were trying to teach all of us how to close in the traditional African American close style. And so they were like, man, you just gotta try it. And shout out to one of my boys, Maceo Smelly, because that joker can close. Yeah. That little joker can close, man. Sound with the word and can put gravy on it and bring it home. And he was like, I was rooming with him. He's like, you got to try it. So I was like, okay. My first sermon back from the conference, I tried. And I looked like a fool. And I was like, you know what? That's not my style.
Not it.
But there was something I learned about some of those great speakers. There were some elements I was like, I like this and these things that they do, and I can do that. And I adapted those different things to make up my own style, and I became adequate at what my gifting can
That
do.
area. Yeah. And that's the thing too, man. It's like you're adequate in that area, but most of us would consider you a great speaker, right? Like that area may not be, but most of us would consider you a great speaker, man. And you got to go through some losses to get some wins. We're pretty far away from the original post here, but
Yeah.
but let us know what y'all think in the comments. Craziest prayers that you said, but also I want craziest prayers you've heard, because some of us have heard some of us have heard some ones where we were like, Jesus, no, don't do that. Don't actually do that. Like I've heard some of those. So we want to hear those, man. Continue to comment, like, subscribe, follow us on all your favorite podcast spots, and we'll see you next week
In the intersection.